Righto, so I've just pulled up in the car park here. Wait there, Scout. So I've just pulled up here in the car park at the Ada tree. It's quite a fresh spring morning, actually it's still winter. So we're about 780 to 790 metres above sea level here. And I can actually hear the lyrebirds behind me, so you can have a dog in here. It's State Park. Righto. So we'll just lock the car up. And head off in this walk. Now, I did do a video here quite a while ago, and you can do this loop. So we'll head out down the main hiking track, and then you come back around the forestry road. Oh, she's ready to go already. You can see her there. So here's a sign just here, and it's 3 kilometres return. It's a pretty easy track, short steep hills form track. The obstacles that it mentions, it'll just be that slippery surfaces along here, but I've actually been here in the snow as well in the past, and yeah, it's spectacular. Get your words out. Yeah, for that time of the year, but yeah, we'll head down here and check it out. So as you walk through here, there's a lot of old trees, big old trees like this one here, just behind me. And they have raised elevated platforms across the low areas, but it's always a few degrees cooler once you get in amongst these ferns. And there's plenty of ferns around here. And we actually head down towards a bit of a water course down here. Must have been a bit of wind in here. All these look freshly broken, these trees. So we step over one now. It's so awesome in here. So the sun's just slowly starting to filter through the trees. You can probably see it behind me there. That's when I reckon it's the best, when you've got that sun casting shadows through. Had a little bit of drizzle on the way down to here this morning. And yeah, it looks like it might be clearing up. How cool is it in here? There's a few of these info signs around in here, and if you look around, I'll find a spot. It's probably not too bad just here actually. You can see on the side here maybe through the camera. There's a lot of scratchings on the side, so that's all the lyrebird scratchings through here. And there's a short little stream, narrow stream that flows through, and it goes all the way along. So that's pretty much what we're following through here. Okay. And just when you think there's no one around, you hear a plane going over. How cool is this? We just crossed this bridge here. She wasn't a fan, so I just carried her across it. May as well. Look after her feet, don't want to get in her toes or her little toenails caught in the bit of steel. As soon as I picked her up, she just started wagging her tail. She knew what I was doing. How's that, Scout? All right, here it is, the Ada tree. The Ada tree. And this is why this walk is still here. That big monster right there. So around the base, the way it's measured, I think it's 1.5 from the forest floor. I think the circumference is 15.9 metres. I'm just trying to remember how they did it from the last time I was here. Unfortunately, it looks like everyone walks around the base of the tree there. But so you can do this walk, like I said, in a few ways. So the way I just come in, it's only 1.5 back to the car park. Or you can continue on this way, which is the way I'll head back. And going that way is a bit more accessibility ways. This way I just came is definitely fine, but it can get boggy and muddy. The other way is just basically following a forest management road, which is close to vehicles, so it's perfectly safe. There's a really interesting bit of information here on this big piece of art. So just to touch on what I said before, the current height 75 metres, and they thought the tree was to be around 80 metres until the 1940s. The estimated age of the tree is 300, but probably over 400 years old, and they reckon there's about 225 tonnes in weight. So it's, like I said, it's well signposted. Sign heading to the Ada tree. New Federal Mill campground. I mentioned before, it's 1.3 k's down there. I might actually go for a little wander, whether I head all the way to the campground, not sure, because as usual, when I do something it rains, and I didn't bring any wet weather gear. I didn't even bring any food or drinks, but anyway, not too stressed over that. There's a creek there if I get thirsty. But yeah, I might go for a little wander down here and see what it's like. Haven't been down here for over a decade. There's already big trees down, so yeah, might go for a little squeeze. Yep. Up. Righto. Good girl. Yeah, it's quite overgrown. Alright, as I just mentioned, I've probably walked about another 300 or 400 metres. The rain's coming in. I'm still continuing on. I was teased earlier with that sun filtering through those trees before. I went back to gloomy conditions, but that's alright. We're still continuing on. Around the forest, it's a bit more clear here, so I reckon I'm not too far away from the campground. Alright, I was right. Here we are, new Federal Mill campground. We've gone 1.8 from the Ada Tree car park, and if I continue on, you can see the sign here. If I continue on, 9.7 Starling's Gap. So I've done that bit once before, and it was super overgrown. But I'll give you a look at this campground. Clearly it's hiking only, got a fire pit. I don't even have to talk to camera anymore. How cool is this? So you got your fire pit here, chairs and that. We have a raised platform for your hiking tent. So there's 1, 2, 3 of those. And how cool is this? Right here there's a big shelter to stay out of the rain, I guess, if it's raining. Funny that, it is. Visitor's book. I might have a quick look in this book, see when the last time someone was here. All right, box is open. Let's have a quick flick into the guest book for Federal Mill. Oh, yeah. There's a few entries. Yeah, we're going in a sec. Can't sit still. All right, July. It's the last time someone filled it out. 17th of the 8th. Looked like a big walk through. So there you go. Might as well fill it out. All right, so that's all filled out. We'll pop that back into the box and we'll keep that. All dry there. It's a free camp in here. It looks like those showers are past. But yeah, I reckon I'll go down this way. I shouldn't say the showers are past because if you've been following me for a while, you know I camp in the rain a lot, other than the outback trip. All right, so I'm going to follow this track back to the car park. So just as I thought, this track here is a forest management track in, which is good because if you need any help or the way the campsites are maintained, that has come in through here. It's just a 2-wheel drive track in, but closed to the general public because it will be gated at the other end because I know where it comes out. But yeah, go for a leisurely walk back here. Also, on the way back, I'll be able to find some trees with remnants of logging when the planks went in to the side of the trunks. So I reckon this track hopefully comes out around that spot and I'll give you a look.
We went for each other like a bullet from a gun.
All right, I mentioned before about evidence of logging. You can see in this tree here, just there, there's been a plank in where they climbed it. And this tree's actually decided wanted a second go at life. A big monster's grown out right next to it there. You can see it go all the way up. So yeah, there's a bit of evidence there, bit of history. Come on, Scout. It's always great to see. All right, so just rounding out the walk now. We're back at the car park. There's the sign there behind me. I mentioned before, it's toilets over there behind the FJ. And what we might do now is go for a bit of a drive through the bush. The roads I've just been cruising along. So, and just like that, I've just popped out onto Lock Valley Road, about 6-7 k's out of Nuji, back on the asphalt. So I will wrap it up here. And I just want to thank you all for following along on our leisurely Saturday morning walk through the bush, probably all up, I don't know, haven't even worked it out. Maybe only 5 or 6k, not that far. And Scout's been asleep in the back seat. So hopefully she's had a good 4th birthday. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Cheers.